What's happening? Salute. First of all, before I start this video, like I said, I'm gonna start giving shout out to the brothers who hit the super thanks. Uh Shout out to Richard Lee, Michael Ross, King Red Pill, Justice J, and Black Pill Media. Salute to y'all. I appreciate the support. Uh let's get to the video. So Kendra G did a mixer, right? Months ago, right? And when she did a mixer, it failed. Of course it failed, right? But what I didn't understand, before the mixer, before when she started, a show, stole the late great KS whole segment, his whole style of doing things, right? And, most people who were going to these shows didn't know that she was already on KS show and she was displaying the same type of behavior as the same women that were popping up on her show, right? So you can tell that whatever advice or whatever anything she was telling them, she didn't really feel that way. She definitely was just doing it to pander when she was asking certain questions. And at times you see her true self especially when you had Austin. Remember when she had Austin, I think it's Austin Holloman, I think that's his name. The dude that, came out with the passport situation, right? Even though we know brother's been traveling way before. I understand. I'm just saying he came out and he was advocating, right? He was advocating for dudes to go overseas and deal with other women, right? The way she was acting towards him was just very nasty, and she tried to pretend like she didn't know who he was. That's the reason why she was acting nasty towards him, right? So when you see parts of her true self come out, right? I didn't understand why you had these black males going up there. And I'm like, you going up there and you're getting questioned by somebody of her nature, right? Shouldn't be getting questioned at all, but you getting questioned up there. It tells me that you don't have no backbone. It tells me that you're looking for their validation and their approval. So for every dude that was ever up on the show, it's a huge L for them. Huge L. So let me show y'all right here. Before we get to the mixer, let me show y'all right here this part right.
You asked me, why is it over for me? That's what you asked.
But I want just to say one thing, okay?
Let me get to my point, dude. Let me get,
okay.
I didn't even. This is why it's over for a lot of sisters too. Look, you can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. You're too opinionated. That works well in the corporate world when you're making other people successful and rich and fine, but it does not work well when you're trying to connect with a man. Why is it over for many women your age? One, because your income has risen. And females have evolved. Evolutionary biology says women want men to have at least what they have.
Now look at her. Look at her. He's giving you some game to help you out. And she's putting out, and she got this maniac smile because she don't like what she's hearing. She don't like what she's hearing. You don't like when he told her in this video, I'm not playing the whole video, when he told her that, it's really over for you because you're older, right? And you're asking for a higher price, and that's the reason why you don't have any, that's the reason why your options is just low. she started telling him about, you know, all the engagements that she ended, like that was a flex. The same type of women that shows up on her show. So when the mixer, right, and we about to see the mixer right now, right? So here we have I don't know who she is, right? Maybe y'all brothers know. I don't know who she is, but I saw this video, right? And she actually went to the mixer, and here we go. Listen to it.
But I'm finally going to talk about it. Kendra G's gathering in Philadelphia was empty. And I believe I walked past. It was like, and the crazy thing is, I was with my man. I was on a date. That's the crazy thing about it. When did I walk past? It was like in the middle.
Oh, I'm walking through the Kendra G Singles Live Philly, and nobody is there, y'all. Hold on, look.
Look at that. Look at that. Look where it's at. It's next to a building. It has graffiti all over it. You know, one of those look at this. Look. One of those brick ghetto buildings, graffiti off. No.
Bombs.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
Going closer to the end, right? So I walked past, and it was like a big old Kendra sign out there, and I wanted to meet Kendra. Like, that's what I went for.
And Duke, if you listening, because remember, she said she was out on a date. Duke, if you're listening and you're watching this, ditch this right here. This is insane. Ditch her and run. You're out on a date with your man and you want to go to a mixer to meet Kendra G? How insane is that? You have a man and you want to go to the mixer where a bunch of women over there that don't have a man, that have no men at all, they looking for a man. You have one and you still want to be around. This is what I be telling y'all. She's out on a date. Hold on, y'all, did y'all miss that part? Hold on, let me play that.
For a very long time, but I'm finally going to talk about it. Kendra G's gathering in Philadelphia was empty. And I believe I walked past. It was like, and the crazy thing is, I was with my man. I was on a date. That's the crazy thing.
That's the crazy thing is you wanted to go there while you was with your man. You wanted to be around who? The bubble. Remember the bubble I told? She wanted to be even with a man. This is nasty. This is nasty. Very nasty. Let's get back to.
Like a big old Kendra sign out there, and I wanted to meet Kendra. Like, that's what I went for. I wanted to meet Kendra, and he's like, he didn't really know who Kendra was, but I was telling him who Kendra was, and I was like, I want to meet Kendra.
Exactly. Your man is like, who's Kendra? He's like, for what? We out on a date. Duke, if you're watching this, tell her to step, man. This is great.
So I go down there and I walk in. I didn't record when I was walking there, but I did record me walking past and leaving. And the girl at the front desk was like, Kendra is not here. Kendra didn't show up. I said, okay, well, this is it? She was like, this is it. Like, this is, and I said, well, did a lot of people leave? And she said, no, like, because I thought I got there on the tail end of the party. And she was like, no, it wasn't a lot of, but what the part that got me is she said only 2 men walked in. it's been nothing but women there all night. As you can see in the video, it's nothing but women. As I was counting in the video, it was like 14 women. And then that's not even including the women that were in the back. It was like groups of women in the back getting drinks. And it was two men. And the part that kills me is that one of the men, right? And this is what, when women say they don't compete for men, it kills me. Because deep down inside they do. They just put it in the front and say they don't, but they do in real life.
No, they don't. They don't. Becky, Maria do, but they don't. Because listen to what she about to say. Listen to what she about to say.
Outside, right? One of the men pulled up in a black Bentley truck. Like while I was at the desk, because he was looking for parking. So another man pulls up in a Bentley truck and walks to the front. And everybody got up out their seats, looking up, looking at the door. Everybody. He walked in, he looked around. He walked up and talked to the DJ. All the women eyes was on him. He was he was a tall judge. So I'm thinking in my head, this is Kendra's show in real life. All of the women are looking for this small selection of men. The 6 foot, that was the 6 foot, 6-figured man they all were looking for. That was him. And they all was, and I'm standing there, I'm looking, I swear I'm looking. And he talks to the DJ and they cacking it up and he just walks right on out and they watched him walk right on out. And I was like, you can't tell me men at the prize shop.
Where was the competing at? Where was the competing at? The competing was staring at him? Let me tell you how strong that bubble is. I call it the bubble. Other brothers call it the sisterhood. Call it a bubble because that's where they at. That's where they like to stay at. Let me tell you how strong it is, right? They saw that dude walk in, right? And when they saw him walk in, right? I don't think they saw the Bentley truck. I don't think because they were inside, right? I don't think they saw it. She said she saw it because, I guess she was outside and he was looking for parking and she was outside looking in, right? But regardless, right? Regardless, Bentley truck or not, right? Bentley truck or not. Regardless, the guy is what they looking for. She said that, he's above average height, right? Probably was dressing nice, He walked in and none of them approached him. None of them approached him. They just watch. Yeah, they could have been, they thirsty, but they just watch. They didn't want to get up and go to that guy, introduce themselves, right? Try to spark a conversation, because if they did it, it looked like they were leaving the sisterhood, right? As other brothers would call it. I call it the bubble. As they were leaving the bubble for a man. It's betrayal to the bubble to go and actually pursue a man, because they all supposed to be in this together. As far as there's no good men. The men are trifling. Therefore, you're just going to hang around each other until the sun burn out. So they watched the guy go out. That if Becky was there and Maria was there, he wouldn't have been able to leave without at least having a few discussions with them. Becky would have walked up to him. Maria would have walked up to him. Asked him a couple of questions. They watched him walk out. So where was the competing? Staring? So you drive, I just because he driving a Bentley truck doesn't mean he's successful. I done seen people have, literally drive Bentleys. Financial situations was shot, right? But if he does have a Bentley, right, a Bentley truck, right, and his financial situation could be, because that's not the maintenance on those cars alone, right? The maintenance on those cars alone, the Bentley, those Maseratis, what's the other, the Rolls Royce, the maintenance on those cars alone is just insane. The brakes is just insane. So you would still have to have some money, even if you're leasing it, financing it. You still would have to have some money, to have these cars to maintain them, right? To maintain them, you still will you need some money to maintain these cars. So let's just say he is doing well, right? Let's just say he is doing well, right? This type of guy, why I don't know what he was doing in there, but this type of guy, why should he approach them? Because they waiting for him to approach them. Why should he approach them? He is the prize. He's the prize. Why should he approach them? Why should that guy approach them? Let me tell you something, black men. You better not be out here shooting your shot. No, they got to shoot their shot. The women, they have to shoot their shot. Don't shoot your shot. You shoot your shot, you lost. They have to present why they should be worthy of you. They have to do that. They have to walk up to you, speak to you. They have to show what they bring into the table. All these panderers out here talking about, if these guys saying, what they got to bring to the table. I've seen these dudes out here just pandering. If it's already bad if he's asking, what do you bring to the table? Well, look, to all y'all out there pandering, look. The men are right. You just looking for a buck. You just looking to be liked. You just looking for validation. The men are right. And since the men were even willing to have this conversation starting with the table, you decided, the women decided they didn't want to have that conversation. Guess what? They threw the table out the window. All right, then there is no table.
Child, you can lie and say they aren't, but women outnumber men so bad in especially popular urban areas. In Philadelphia, even when you watch Kendra G's show, there are more women on the show. Kendra say this all the time. There are more single women than men. There are more single women than men. There are more single women than men. If you look at Kendra G's video, scroll down. I counted it. I'll do what y'all want with that information. But it was just a funny sight to see. I honestly believe dating is dead. I don't think people should date. I think dating is dead. I don't think you should date. If you already haven't found your partner and you...
Dating is done for y'all. Dating is done for y'all. And it's almost going to be if you're seeing this Duke, whoever you are, run, dating is dead for y'all. It's done for y'all. Y'all don't know how to act when you get a man. You don't know how to appreciate him. You don't know how to appreciate what he brings to the table. You don't know how to appreciate nothing. You have a man, and what you want to do is stick your nose in the business of women who don't have men. You want to go over there and meet somebody. You want to go over there and meet somebody who's out here selling false hope because you look up to her. Why would you want to meet? Because you look up to her. And if you look up to her, that means your relationship will be through maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now, maybe 9 months from now. But it will be through, and you will be out in these streets joining the same congregation at these mixers.
And you know you're superficial, just have hookups and call it a night.
Look, have hookups and call it a night. Get taken on tizzy tours and call it a night. You know, when men, you have plenty of men saying that, you know, they're just for recreational use, and they got chewed out for it. You know, they got chewed out for it. You just heard her say the same exact thing, and I bet you she didn't get any pushback. So I just got some information, right? So this was at some soul food spot. It was at some soul food spot, and the women had to pay $75 to $100 to get in, to mix it, to be a part of it. They had to pay between $75 to $100. So, you know, let me tell you the men. Let me tell you why the men are not showing up. Because they're not desperate. They don't need to show up. They can meet women at the movie theater. They can meet women at, the supermarket, the bowling alley, the mall. They can meet them anywhere. Public transportation, if they take the bus or the train, they can meet them anywhere. They don't have to go to some mixer. They don't have to pay money at some mixer to meet a woman. They don't have to. They're not pressed. Even when these men age, right, go from 20 to 30, 30 to 40, they're not pressed because they can go out there anytime and get a woman. They can go out anytime. If they decide that they want to get themselves a woman and they want to be in a relationship, they can go out there and dedicate some time to getting one. And it wouldn't be a big deal for them. It's a big deal for y'all because you done waited so long. You thought you had unlimited options, and now you're realizing you don't. Nobody's checking for you. So you're paying $75 to $100 to go to this mixer, right? But you won't pay the same $7,500 on a date with your guy, right? The guy that you're dating, right? You wouldn't pay for his meal. You wouldn't pay for the dinner, but you'll pay for a mixer, though.
Nothing.
You'll pay for your homegirl to eat. You'll pay for them to go on vacation, but you wouldn't split 50-50 on the bill. You wouldn't split 50-50 on the bill. You wouldn't pay for a bill you expect him to pay. But you'll pay for everything else. And these men are starting to see, and they saying, no, enough is enough. And you kept running around talking about you're the prize. This prize thing came from them. You kept talking about you're the prize. Men said, okay, let's put it to the test. Now you're seeing who's the prize. It's sad for them. V-Day is around the corner, few days from now. Now, I'm doing a video on that. They doing all types of stuff. Again, the bubble, it's sad, man. The V-Day bubble. It's sad. But they did it to themselves. They're done out here. They did it to themselves. And she's joining them. She's definitely joining them. You're out with your guy and you worrying about going to meet Kendra G. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's sick. That's sick. She's struggling against that relationship. She still wants to be out there. Why would you care about the mixer? Even if you're driving past it, right? Why would you care about it? You out with your... He's supposed to be the focus. You're supposed to be with him. You're supposed to be having a good time with him. You're supposed to be enjoying the time with him, because a lot of times, men that are productive, right? If she was with a productive guy, right? Men are productive. They don't have a lot of time. So the little time they do have to spend, right? It's called QT, because it really is. It's quality time that they're trying to spend because they don't have a lot of time. So instead of you spending some QT with your guy, you worrying about a mixer. Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Vamos.